Right, we're going to do player ratings for West Ham 1, Newcastle 5. Very, very embarrassing result. We 2-1 down at half time, and then we just absolutely bottled it in the second half. 2-0 down after 13 minutes actually, and then we got one back with a good header from Zuma, and then flopped really in the second half. So we're going to do some player ratings now from all the West Ham players. We'll start with Fabianski in net, who actually, before his poor mistake where he sort of kneed it straight to Isak, I think it was, yeah. Before he kneed it straight to him, he actually had a good game and he saved us about two goals, but I think, and that would have got him an 8. But if you give away a goal like that, you have to take something off it. So I'm giving him a maybe generous 7. Emerson, who got a yellow card for what I thought was a perfect tackle, and then Newcastle were just picking at him to try and get him sent off at the entire game in the second half. I don't think he had a brilliant game. He didn't really stand out, but also he wasn't a player that really gave away any goals. He did keep Joelinton onside for the second goal, but you can't really knock off much for that because it was more Kehra's mistake and maybe Zuma on that one as well. But giving maybe a 6 for Emerson because he just had an average Emerson day. I think with him the expectations are way too high because we got him for almost 20 million for him, and realistically he was Chelsea's third choice left back. Alonso was better than him, Chilwell was there as well, but yeah, expectations are too high. Don't know whether Cresswell would have done a better job, but we just don't have very good options on the bench. Centre backs, Aguerd just had an average Aguerd day really, although would have probably given him a 6 just because he was just average. But then the goal he gave away where I don't know what he was doing. We were 2-1 down coming into the second half, and we were back in it with the goal we scored, and he tries to roll it back on a slippy night. Tries to roll it back, gets tackled by Joelinton, who's right on his shoulder, and they go and score, and then it just goes downhill from there. So he just sort of set the tone for that second half, and that's not great. So I'm giving him a 4, probably 4 for Aguerd. And then Zuma, you have to probably give him a higher rating because he scored the goal, and I'm gonna go 6 because really he didn't do anything he didn't need to do. He did everything he should have done, and really just had an okay game. So give him a 6. Oh, Kehra on the watch along we were getting so. It's bad when you get taken off in the 61st minute instead of the 70th minute with David Moyes as the manager, because Kehra just, I don't know what he was doing. I mean, he gave 2 goals maybe, because the first one, 3 minutes in or something like that, 3 minutes in, and he headers it out for a corner when Schufal would have easily just headed it back into Fabianski's arms, or at least head it back into play, and don't, because we know how dangerous they are on the corner. And then I think it was Paqueta and Zuma who just let Callum Wilson, who's the most dangerous man on the pitch, he's scored 12 against West Ham in however many matches he's played. He's scored the most goals against West Ham. We know he's the danger man, and we let him unmarked when the ball comes in, and he scores an easy header really. So and Kerry, you just get really nervous when he comes on the ball. You just get so nervous and you panic when he's on the ball because he could do anything with it. He looks like he's going to give it away all the time. he made 1 or 2 good tackles here and there, but I'm giving him a 3 because really, out of 10, he was just really rubbish that game. Soufal came on as well. There wasn't really much of him. He made some good runs actually, as if he was a winger one time instead of Bowen, who didn't actually have a great game. Bowen didn't. But from the time he was on the pitch, you think I'm just going to give him a 6 because he just, as we said for a lot of players, he just had a average day for Soufal. A lot better than Kehrer though, that game, definitely. The midfield, Declan Rice just does what Declan Rice does, really. So you have to give him, I'd say, a 7 for Declan Rice. 7 leaning towards an 8 though, maybe. So I'll give him a 7. But because he just controls the game, I bet he'll just get fed up, because really it's like with like you have that one good player in school football that, like, for the first 20 minutes would pass to everyone, and then you just think, well, they're all crap, so I'm just going to do it myself. And he made about 5 brilliant dribbling runs and passed it in the end, which didn't do anything. But he should have just gone on his own whenever he got the ball, to be honest. He should have shot from the halfway line. So, yep, 7 for Declan Rice. Paqueta, who I think maybe had one of his best games. He proper Brazilian style footballer as well. I mean, he is Brazilian, but as in that play, he's never done that before for West Ham, so it's very, very good. And he wasn't taken off as well. He usually gets taken off in the 70th minute by David Moyes, but he didn't this time, which was good. So I'm going to give him an 8 because I think he was maybe man the match for West Ham. Souček, oh god, don't get me started on Souček, man. Souček is a very frustrating footballer because remember when he used to score tons and tons of goals from corners and he just got his head on it, and now he's just like a placeholder. He just can't really do anything. 5, I'm giving him that game. He didn't do anything special, to be honest. Who else came on? Oh, there was Ben Rama, wasn't there? Oh, I don't know. Ben Rama, he made some really good dribbles, to be honest, Ben Rama did. But it's just his end project. He just can't. I'm giving him a 6 because he was a bit better than Souček. But again, did nothing special, really. And then the attack now. So we'll start with Bowen, because Bowen, it was looking up for him at the start of the game because he actually had Dan Burn on in his pocket for a lot of the game, but then he just sort of went off it a bit. Probably a 6 because he didn't stand out really. He was just sort of up there. Because, I mean, it must be hard as an attacker, because you think, this defence is giving away so many goals. How many am I going to have to bloody score to win this game? And, anyway. So, yeah, 6 for Jarrod Bowen. Danny Ings came on a bit. No, we'll do Antonio actually first. Antonio, I don't know, because he's a very frustrating player to watch as well, because whenever he gets the ball, he just tries to run. He tries to run with it, and he's got so much physicality. He could bully everyone off the ball. But all the time he tried to get the ball to him was balls over the top, which Newcastle's tall defenders just got on the end of it, and it was all fine for Newcastle. So maybe a 6 as well for Antonio. And then Cornet came on as well for Ben Rama. No, how should I give Cornet? Because Cornet hardly stood out, did he? Probably a 5, just bang in the middle. Cornet didn't really do much work, to be honest, and he didn't really create anything that I saw. And then finally Danny Ings, who Oh God. I mean, everyone thought he was a good signing when we signed him. And yes, he scored a few goals against Forest, but why take Antonio off for him? I'm saying a 4 for Danny Ings because he didn't do anything that game. He didn't even pressure them when they got the ball, and that's the only thing he could do that game. But anyway, don't know whether David Moyes should still get sacked. So 4 for Danny Ings. Don't know whether David Moyes should still get sacked. It's probably too late now because there's no point. We may as well just leave it to the end of the season now. 9 games to go. There's no point switching it all up. We may as well just. I do think we still are safe because there are teams down there like Southampton, Bournemouth, Leeds, Everton, Wolves that we could all beat. Leicester as well. So yeah, I don't quite know who I'm predicting to go down actually yet. It's very tough to see. But also Man U beating Brentford 1-0. That's their first goal, 1 goal in 4 games now, although they've now got 4 points in 4 games. And they might be getting back on track. I don't know. But anyway, just for watching. You've been watching the Full Time Podcast. Goodbye.